Hey, Shalom, Yeshua. I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth while sincerity. This is on the news that from what you call it. Basically, a woman used Tinder to prank dozens of men into a dating contest, and you see what you call it. If you go on, just Google what you call it, the headline, and look for AP, you follow the link, right? And basically, this woman tricked to pranked a whole load, more than 100 men using Tinder to basically have a date with her, right? Basically, so they thought they were gonna meet her for a date. So instead, a woman who said she's Natasha told them they had to compete for a date, right? She disqualified men who are under 5'10". Right, and it is the hypocrisy of these women, right? Because, they'll be like, you can't fat shame, I can be fat and happy. But then on the other hand, right, they can discriminate on short guys, right? It says, and those named Jimmy, then she asked the remaining contestants to perform push-ups and foot races, right? The joke is, these motherfuckers actually did it. You see them actually doing push-ups. Right, so I ain't gonna play. I don't want to get no strikes. But you actually see these, and you just looking at this shit like, what the fuck is going on in this world where you gotta do all of this shit, right? Right, this is Jeremiah 31:22. It says, how long will thou go about, O thy backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That has truly happened. Right, Esau's basically designed this world in such a way that men are simps, right? And we go and look at men in the world and call them simps, right? But hey, as men in the truth, you gotta ask yourself: do you simp, man? Do you do you go out of your way to please women, man? Right now, it may not be something you want to confront, but that's a question you got to genuinely ask yourself, man. Are you compromising yourself, for these women, man? Well, obviously, there's certain, things that you can't do around women. You can't, be saying to them, wear a headscarf or whatever, what have you. But you got to know in yourself, are you simping, man? Right? Because, what is it? Renewed day by day. Job 47. Right, so I'll get this. Let me get this first. Right, so 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Right, so let's like I was saying, we've been trained, from when we were young. Right, you actually when you want go back and watch certain films, certain programs that we used to, that were on TV from when you were younger, right? You've been trained to be a simp. As I say, we've been trained to be a simp. I'll speak for myself. I catch myself doing simp-like things, and I'm like, God damn. You having to catch yourself, or you reflect on something you did after the fact. You're like, damn, fuck, I was simping, right? And but like I said, and that's what this scripture, obviously, spiritually, we're supposed to be getting renewed day by day. So, certain things, it takes a process of time. You don't just get in this truth, become, get in the camp and suddenly you're perfect. No, right? It's a process that takes time and experience, right? Because you might be doing something you think is normal, then, a brother older than you in the faith, maybe like, to be fair, bro, you were simping because of X, Y, Z, right? You may be having a shitty relationship with your woman. You're always arguing this, that, and the other, right? She's always trying to back you up, and then you're always having to back her up because she's trying to back you up. You gotta ask yourself, is it because I'm simping? And sometimes you got a woman that's a demon, of course. But there's been instances where, brothers, dealing with a woman, but they were dealing in such a way that they were simping, right? And when they stopped simping, everything was a million times better, right? So that's part of that, because like I said, we've been designed as simps, man. We've been designed to be simps by this society that we're in, and it takes a process of time. And you might be listening to, oh man, I ain't no simp, right? But hey, if you ain't, then bro, they are shimmy all shy. Right, but those are things you gotta look out for and get out out your spirit. This is Job 40:7. It says, "Gird up thy loins now like a man." Right, we supposed to be men, right? When you click play on the first video, so this video, you see a JJ's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And he looks like he's about to dip, right? But these guys here, this is simping, man. This is simping, man. Right, and you're gonna ask yourself, what do you bring to the table, right? And that's the thing, Lord's willing, we be those men. Lord's willing, we be the men in the Lord. We bring something that no other man. I'm saying this to myself right now as I'm doing this video. We bring what no other man, what you call it, in this world can bring, and that is the potential for salvation, right? Right, so this is 1 Timothy 2:15. It says, "Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing," not just childbearing, not just basically just she'll be saved by being the wife of one of the men of the Lord. Right? It says, "If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety." Right? To quote Apostle Tahar, he was basically like, "Look, man, your woman's still with you when the chariots come. If she's still with you when the chariots come, right? Then she gonna be saved with you." Right, so hey, like I said, we you ask this woman, "What'd you bring to the table?" Right, but then you ask a potential man of the Lord, right, "What do you bring to the table?" Hey, like I said, as the scripture said here, right, if she's still with you, and when your house comes and beaming up, then hey, she gonna be saved with you, man. Right, and when you have that mindset, that should really, and like I said, I'm saying this to myself as well, it should really, help you question the worth of these women that you're dealing with. For the most part, man, let's be real, a lot of them are gonna be destroyed, man. Right? This is Proverbs 6, verse 16. Says, "These things doth Yahweh hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood." Right, so the first thing listed is a proud look. These women are proud as all hell. Why? Because Esau has given them the pedestal, have given them the means to do it. Right, so Jeremiah. So Isaiah 29:16, it says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay." And one of these bread and butter scriptures, man. Right? Because Esau's come, he's turned things upside down. Right? It says, "For shall the works of him that made it, he made me not." And Esau does that, man. Right? He says to the Most High, "I ain't no God." Right? It says, "Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding." Once again, he says, he basically says, these foundations that the Lord has laid out, right? He's gone, and because he's changing it, he's saying that the Lord didn't know what he was doing, right? So this is so that's that one. So proud look, you get what do you call it? Ezekiel 9:4, right? It says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city," this is Jerusalem, "through the midst of it goes and say, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark," right? And this mark is the war, right? As a sign, exemption of judgment, from judgment, right? It says, "So different to the mark of the beast, as upon the foreheads of the men that sign, that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Right, and to the others he said in mine hearing, "Go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women." Right, so when this which could, and it goes on to say, "But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at mine sanctuary." Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Right, so it basically said, hey, he's proud ass Israelite women, whether they be nigger women, Latin tribe women, whatever, right? they gonna get it, man. Right, but it says begin at my sanctuary. It doesn't say stop at my sanctuary. So these women gonna get it, man. Right? Oh, because they're proud as all hell. I mean, to pull a stunt, I mean, I don't know whether she's getting paid for this or whatever, what have you. Right? But, you know, that's not how it used to be, man. Right? So you got into that. Yeah, Joe 40:7, man. Gird up that loins like a man. To quote Apostle Goodbye, man, to be a man of the Lord, first you gotta be a man. Right? And I'm saying this to myself as well, man. Stop simping, man. Now I said it's one of them things where you know you might not even realize you're simping until someone else tells you, look, man, you were simping, man. Right? Hey, no, I've opened this up, didn't get it. This is Jeremiah 2:33. It says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way. Right? So Israel has been, hey man, as a nation, we trim our ways to seek love, man. Whether it's, you know, Jake starts eating bloody meat, right? You know, and you know, I see why Jake end up doing it, man, because they have no backbone. They'll be working around these, around these Edomites. What you call it, be looking, why are you having your beef well done, man? Right? You know, I know because I go through that, man. Always mocking me because I like my meat well done. I remember just walking past, a group of 4 so-called white people, man. You know, and there was like scoffing about maybe a friend of theirs or something. He's like, yeah, and he always has his meat well done. They just say that they're the ones with the problem. But why Jake likes to seek love, so you be like, okay, I'll try it red and just to fit in, right? But then, would you call it? You be dealing with these women, and then now you're suppressing your spirit to try and please her, right? You don't. What you call it? You don't approve of something, right? But then you're trying to please her, so you do it. She may be like, "Oh, baby, you know, I love you. I just want you to stick it in my ass." Right? You gotta remember, man. Look, you're the prize, man. We're the prize, man. Right? So yeah, Lord's will, that was edifying, man. Till the next time, Shalom.